picking the lucky winners. Jesus was anointed, and it was for everybody. It was for everybody. He said, "Who touched my clothes?" The disciples said to him, "Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and thou sayest, Who touched me?" In other words, what they're saying is, "Look, Jesus, everybody's touching you." You said, "Who touched me?" Everybody is. But somebody touched him with faith, with the touch of faith. Somebody touched him different than the indifferent touch of the crowd. See, a lot of people were bumping up against Jesus, but they were not reaching out in faith to him. Now, see, you don't have to touch his clothes. We don't have to go touch his garment. We just have to reach out in faith and touch him. He wants to... See, he's touched by us when we believe. And then he reaches and touches them. We've seen this over. He touched them. He touched their eyes. He touched the leper. He will touch our lives and does touch our lives. But our part in this is to reach out to him with our faith. Do you see the multitude thronging thee? Who touched me? They were all touching him, but that power worked on behalf of one person who dared to believe that he was who he said he was, and that he had what he said he had, and that it could be hers. He looked around to see her that had done this thing, and the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said to her, listen to what he said, "Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague." He blessed her. But he said, why did, we read in the account here that power flowed out of Jesus and made her whole. Why did he say, "Your faith has made you whole"? Because it was her faith that made her different than everybody else in the crowd. From the human side of things, it was her faith that made the difference. Her reliance upon him. Now, I think it's important to understand faith in those terms. It means to rely upon him. It means to trust in him. It means to place all of your confidence in him. We don't have to understand how everything works. We don't have to tell him what to do. He knows his business. He knows his business. And our part in this is very simple. It's just to reach out to him and say, "I trust you. I believe in you." And the same thing he said to the centurion and to the blind man and to her, I believe he says the same thing to everybody. It's your faith. According as that you have believed, so be it done unto thee. And what that encourages me to do is to just be very bold and just dare to believe him for all kinds of things. And certainly not just go through life worrying about everything that concerns me, but to actually come to him and say, "You know what? I trust you to work this situation out. I trust you concerning this thing that is my issue or my problem. See, I don't have an issue of blood. I'm not blind. I don't have a servant at home sick with the palsy. I don't have all those things, but I've got other needs in my life, and you have different needs in your life. But we can all do the same thing, because it's the same grace, and it's the same faith on our part."